This is a warning video for anyone that sees this man. You must phone the police immediately. He has been convicted of a serious assault on a female, brutal assault on a female, and he's on the run. He didn't turn up to court for the final day of his trial, and he's gone on the run. And a lot of pressure had to be applied to the Police Service of Northern Ireland, the PSNI, before they would even release this mugshot, because it's not in keeping with their current policies, being the only police force, I believe, in the British Isles that doesn't actually submit mugshots of convicted criminals. This guy's on the run, and he's already been seen on dating apps by the friends of one of his victims. And he's also going by a false name. You can't get any more crazy than this. So literally, this is a warning video. That's why I'm putting this photograph up first and foremost, and I'll show it again at the end, and it'll be on the thumbnail. This guy is highly dangerous and has to be reported at the first instance, and he could be anywhere. He may not even be in Northern Ireland. He may have fled, might be over in the mainland. He might be down in Dublin. He could be in Cork. Who knows where he is? So take a good, long, hard look. He's probably changed his appearance also. Could have shaved off the beard. Who knows? But that's what he looks like. And I want to give you the backstory to this one, as well as a current update, because this story's been doing the rounds for a day or two. But there's another element has been introduced, a testimony from one of his victims who's came forward and talks about how evil and wicked this man actually is. So this is deadly serious. His name is Ahmed Abashar. Ahmed Abashar. Of course, he's in Belfast. Where else would he be? Police issue appeal for missing man. Missing man makes it sound like a missing person case. He's a convicted savage. The PSNI remains the only UK police force that does not routinely issue mugshots of the convicted offenders. They'll tell you what's happened. They'll tell you what needs to be done, but they won't supply you with any information or show you a mugshot to say, hey, this is actually who we're looking for. This came out after a lot of pressure. The fact that this was being questioned, how the hell can you let a convicted sex attacker on the run where other women are at risk and not even let the members of the public know what they look like? So he failed to appear in court. Ahmed Abashar, with an address of University Avenue in Belfast. That area has changed, I can tell you, since I went to Queen's. Failed to appear in court on September the 24th to hear a jury find him guilty of an S attack, which took place in March of 2023, 2.5 years ago. What's he been doing in the 2.5 years since? Maybe he's changed his life. Maybe he's become a choir boy. Who knows? But didn't show up to hear the jury find him guilty. They delivered a guilty verdict in his absence. His image was shared on social media on Monday, 2 days ago, amid calls for police to do more to identify wanted criminals on the run from justice. As the mugshot had not been shared previously, they didn't do it because they said, oh, it's against our policy. Well, I'll share it again. And anytime I do these reports where I can, if I have photographs of the perpetrators, I try and put them up, because you never know where they're going to be. And if they've been let out on bail, which many of them are, they could be walking down the street near your mother, brother or sister, brother as well, actually. Yeah, men aren't safe either, or child. A PSNI spokesperson said, this is Ahmed Abashar. A bench warrant has been issued for him on Tuesday, 30th September, when he failed to appear at court. So it's now, in my reckoning, what, the 7th or the 8th? What date is it? Can't even tell you what date it is. The 8th of October, something like that. 7th of October. Check the date now, because it's, 8th of October. So he's been on the run. He failed to appear in court. He's also wanted in relation to a breach of High Court bail. Share this post to help us find him. I've always said my posts are freely available to take and share anywhere. Any post by anyone at any time, any place. Trying to bring a little bit of awareness to the general public, trying to make people aware of what's happening out there. Many people say, oh, you're doing it for the wrong reasons and your motives are all wrong. Really? Well, now we'll have the police service in Northern Ireland saying, please share this post, please share this photograph. No problem. If you know where he is, don't leave a public comment where his whereabouts are. No, well, that's common sense. Common sense would have been to share the mugshot as well, but unfortunately that wasn't forthcoming. When asked earlier this year by Belfast Live why they don't release mugshots on certain convicted offenders on the grounds they did not serve a policing purpose. Well, how come it serves a purpose this time? A spokesperson said the PSNI's policy is being reviewed and this is ongoing. Yeah, get your fingers out of your asses, folks. If there's a convicted offender out there, no matter what crime they've committed, the public needs to know what they look like, needs to know who to keep an eye out for. It'll be reviewing its mugshot policy yet more than a year later. So that was in April 2024. Over a year later, the review is still ongoing. Remains the only police force in the UK that doesn't routinely issue mugshots of offenders. Why not? Why not? A year and 3 months, a year and 6 months later, they still haven't done it after they said they would. Chancers. This is the update. A victim of the on-the-run attacker, Ahmed Abashar, is living in fear after a previous stalking incident. She describes him as evil and crazy, and I'll show you him again. Evil and crazy? Surely not. Can't judge a book by its cover. He doesn't look evil or crazy, does he? Mind you, the same could be said of me by some people. The man is evil and crazy. She's living in fear after being previously stalked by him leading up to his trial, the one that he didn't show up for the verdict on and has been found guilty, is now on the run. He was due to appear in court and he never appeared. They seek him there, they seek him here, they seek him there. The Scarlet Bloody Pimpernel. He appeared in court throughout the trial. He was cross-examined. He was found to have seriously assaulted a woman on March the 27th after they met for the first time that day on a date when he used the fake name Adam. Well, using false identities now as well. Who would have thought? The victim says that in the lead up to the trial, she was stalked and he followed her while she was in Belfast, said he knew where she lived and said he was paying someone to follow her. This guy's still on the run, by the way, and this woman's in terror and fear. She also said that friends of hers have found Abashar on dating apps within the last few days, but the age that he gave is incorrect. This guy is on dating apps, trying to pick up other women. He's an evil, wicked man, and he's on the run. The woman said, before we were due to appear in court, I had a feeling he was going to try and run away. He knew he was going to be found guilty. Now I'm worried about what could happen because I have to deal with him stalking me in the lead up to the trial. And he said he knows where I live. He's evil and crazy. He's been found on a dating app, false age, also used a fake name when I met him called Adam and lied about his age when I met him and where he came from. It's something he often does. Well, who would have thought Ahmed Abashar, someone like Ahmed, would come into the country using a fake name or lying about his age, lying about his whereabouts, lying about everything. I just hope he's able to be found soon. So the appeal was issued on the 6th of October. Not exactly timely, was it? This is Ahmed Abashar. A bench warrant has been issued for him on the 30th of September, but then they brought it to the public's attention on the 6th of October. Nothing like a bit of urgency there, is there? Don't leave a public comment, etc., etc. Phone the police. Let's hope they do something if someone does spot him. There he is again. Ahmed Abashar, also known as Adam. Could lie about his age, probably will lie about his background, certainly is going to lie about any criminal record, and he's using dating apps. So warning is served. There he is. Share this video. This is the state of play we're at the minute in Belfast. Although, like I said, who knows where he is? He could have fled to who knows where, but he's still at large. So leave a comment below. Share this content. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'm Rickman. This is No Risk, No Reward Media, over and out.